Come on.
Right, we should be live again.
We are live again. Tried it. We're trying, guys. Give us a break. Tech, dude, it's the worst part of all of this. Like, it's not even close. Everything else about doing the old YouTubes is fun, but tech is an absolute fucking nightmare. Yep, it looks like we are live. Yep, we're live. Cool. Good to go. Let's test out the audio. Good to go. Let's test out the audio. Say something for me, Lou.
Howdy. Hopefully we are cooking.
Yep, we're good. We are good, my friend. Cool.
We have 3 minutes left.
Hey, man.
Pre-show talk, 3 minutes. Oh, God.
Got in there just at the last second. And it looks like we're synced up pretty well in terms of timing and everything. So yeah, we appreciate y'all joining us, man. Future Game Showcase, the Spring Showcase, they do a ton of these days. I'm gonna be honest, I've tuned into some Future Game Showcases where they were really good. I've tuned into some Future Game Showcases where they were really, really bad. So I say we go into this one as low expectations as possible and hope for the best when we get in there. But we already got some people rolling in. Captain Corndog, what up? Vanilla Kush, oh shit, okay, buddy. I see you. So we appreciate y'all joining us for a little chill reaction stream here today. See what the future holds for video games. Loon, what you expecting? How you feeling for this one?
I don't really have expectations, but I'm actually interested more than you, I think, because we've had PlayStation, Xbox do their showcase. Nintendo yet to do theirs, but I think the most interesting thing for something like a showcase like this is that you get to see the underdog developers, the smaller guys. It's nice to have like a light shone on them. So I can't remember how many there is. There was loads on that picture where it's showing all the teams. Like there's tons of them. So it's nice to have a platform for them to spread their wings and not be placed into an Xbox showcase where they'll get buried under Ninja Gaiden 2 takes the headline and stuff like that.
Right, totally. I mean, I've watched these before where I will like 50 plus games, in an hour or so time span. Like it's a lot of damn video games. And we think it's about a 2-hour show, something like that, right? Somewhere in that range. So
let me know as well if I need to, obviously the viewers, if I need to drop the Future Game Show audio or stuff, because this is blaring in my... Obviously I don't know what that sounds like on the other end of it.
Looks out tuning real quick just to...
Yeah, 10 seconds and we are in.
I think it's okay. Oh my, it sounds fine. Yeah. EJ, what up, bro? Appreciate the kind words, my friend. Let's see some great games indeed. All right.
Cool.
We're getting obscure.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts of the Future Game Show Spring Showcase, Jennifer English and Nolan North.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Future Game Show Spring Showcase. My name is Jennifer English, though you probably know me best as God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world, aka Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pleasure to be here in this, how would you describe it?
Ominous
auditorium to get you all up to speed with the latest video game news, though, as you can see, I won't be braving this journey alone, as I'm joined by a man who needs no introduction.
Thank you, Jennifer, but alas, I'm going to subject you all to one anyway. Yes,
It is I, Nolan North, the voice of Nathan Drake, Dr. Richtofen, and a bunch of other guys you've probably spent 30 or so hours with while sitting on your couch. If you haven't heard of me, it's because I recently took the substance, and now there's this British dude called Ben Starr who's running around taking all the jobs I used to get. He even hosted one of these shows, I think. Need to do something about that guy.
Murder.
But that's a problem for another time, because over the next 90 minutes, we are laser focused on introducing you to a new generation of great games.
You can expect plenty of gameplay trailers and a series of presentations from some of our industry's brightest developers. And there's also going to be some world premieres which will be revealed as we work through today's show. No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Never. Speaking of which, we've got one to kick us off, and I'm not one to keep the good people waiting. This is the next project from People Can Fly, the team behind Gears of War and Bulletstorm. Let's get into it, shall we?
Oh. And we apologize if there's a little bit of delay between Loon and I. We're tech. Just chalk it up to tech.
Oh, please God, not another survival game.
That's what I was about to say. I'm getting survival energy. Oh, for sure, survival game.
Did you play Grounded?
A little bit. Good game, but like, yeah, I'm with you. Not for me. So, multiplayer survival game? Oh yeah, we're eating. Okay. Some shooting going on.
Okay, now we're cooking. That was your first look at Lost Rift, which is coming to Steam Early Access later this year. But you can wishlist it right now and join the Lost Rift Discord for more information. Now, Jen, I feel like you'll have something to say about this next trailer.
Yes, this one is quite special to me. We've got a new trailer for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and it's all about the character I'm playing in the game, which is now on this giant screen behind me.
Wow.
I cannot wait.
Oh, I didn't know she was the main
to hear
character.
how her story unfolds. But for now, here's an introduction to your new favorite character in video games ever, Maya. Lumia is not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Please. I'm more ready to go than you are.
The rest of us only have a year left, but you've got 9 good years before your Gommage. You don't need to leave yet.
1 year out there is better than 9 years in here. The dance begins. En garde.
This shit looks so good.
Precise strike.
Oh my god.
So Pandarog said, I think it was him, in the Discord, the way they're handling difficulty in this game isn't buffing the enemy's health or lowering your damage. It's actually this quick time event thing. It gets shorter and shorter. So the harder difficulty you play, it's harder to land your perfect.
Interesting.
Which I thought was like a really good way of like handling that, because there's something that like so many JRPGs just get wrong, is just beefing up the enemies.
Love to see it. That was a
just
closer
turning
look
it
at
into
Jen's
a
character,
$100
Mael,
slog.
in Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
It's coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on April the 24th, so not long to go now. I do hope you get a chance to check it out, and if you don't, I will crawl through this screen and fight you.
Okay, hard pivot away from the Belle Epoque now, as we've got the next game from the horror maestros behind the award-winning Stasis series. Here's a closer look at Animal Use Protocol.
With trepidation. This place wrong. This place not right.
You say that about every place.
Another protocol?
Distance wrong. Smell wrong.
And it's not the alpha.
It smells the same to
With
me.
urgency. Move.
It's the
Smell
rodent
under
protocol.
hide.
Okay. If this
With
isn't
growing
Bella,
impatience. Be quiet.
This is the type of future game show game. Okay, some systems in there a little bit.
You're sure this is the right way?
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run. Paralyzed in terror. Smelly hate, run.
I mean, that's unique.
Yeah, I dig the idea of like where as the enemy gets closer, you hear
Animal
him
Use
breathing,
Protocol
like
is
you hear the
coming
enemy
soon to
breathing.
PC, so stick it on your wish
actually
list
pretty
if
interesting.
you want to see more of this
Welcome.
Tamagotchi rat companion.
What's going on?
Now, as we
Your
learned
mistakes
earlier
are in
this
the
year,
building.
Capcom's cult classic samurai series Onimusha is making a major comeback.
And thankfully, for those of us who want to catch up, there's a remaster of Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny on the horizon.
Here's an inside look from the game's developers with a focus on Hell Mode, a brand new one-hit kill difficulty setting for the masochists among us.
It's such a short game. It's like, yeah, why not throw it on one-hit kill difficulty?
The name says it's all, really. Hell
I mean,
is
I
an
have
extremely
no
hard
interest, but
difficulty mode. All it takes is one hit from any enemy, and you'll die instantly. It's not for the faint of heart. I haven't been able to complete it myself yet. But some members of the staff have been able to pull it off. So I hope everyone tries it out to see if they can get through it. The original game was the first time I was in charge of the direction, so it has a special place in my heart, and this remaster brings a lot of tweaks. Apart from the fact that the graphics are now in high definition, we've also included quality of life improvements to make it more fun to play. So if you're new to the series, this is a great time to start, especially since the first game is available too. I'd love everyone to experience the world of Onimusha and explore it.
And now
every
we're
nook
shadow
and
dropping
cranny.
Resident Evil 1 through 3.
So I look forward to your
Classics.
support.
Oh, please.
I
You
almost
only
picked up
get it
the
if you
PS.
beat it in one hit kill. mode.
Capcom's remaster of
Yeah.
Onimusha Samurai's Destiny is coming to PC and consoles on May 23rd, later this year.
Don't miss it. Our next game is Nitrogen Omega, a turn-based tactical RPG, ooh, my favorite, where you control a mech full of mercenaries. Let's take a look.
What up, Byron? I dig this art style. Kind of whimsical cartoon. Kind of looks like that Sky Ocean's Wings for Hire game.
Yeah.
Obviously not gameplay wise. Well, now it does. I'm digging this. Nitrogen
A love letter
Omega.
shonen
I'm
anime,
gonna jot this
Nitrogen
down.
Omega, is coming soon to PC. And now we've got another interesting game.
No, it's just PC.
It's the remake of the end of the greatest
If it's
RPG of
good
all
enough,
time.
it'll come
What,
everywhere.
they're
I assume.
remaking Baldur's Gate 3 already?
I'm afraid not.
Final Fantasy 7?
They
I shouldn't
did
say
that
good enough. I should say
Divinity
popular
Original
enough.
Sin 2?
Now you're just naming games you're in. Actually, this is a metafictional puzzle game where you unravel the circumstances surrounding a lost JRPG from the 1990s.
I have literally no idea what you just said, but I am intrigued.
You heard that Sven Vink quote about single-player games aren't dead, you just gotta make them good or whatever?
We're two members of CoinDrop.
I was like, yeah.
The remake of the end.
Tell that to fucking Dungeons of Hinterberg creator and, you know,
remake of
it's
the
like,
end
that's
of the
not a
greatest
statement
RPG
that
of
just
all time. It's a
stands
faithful recreation
for
of
all.
the last hour of everyone's favorite RPG. You know,
No, you
that
can't
one
look
we
at
all
it for
know.
a lens that's black and
You'll
white.
start this remake at 99% complete in the middle of the last dungeon with an inventory just
This is
full
really
of healing
cool.
potions that you're
Yeah,
just
it
saving
is.
for the next boss.
You somehow aren't remembering the greatest RPG of all time? That's okay. This remake includes the original game's manual,
This is
director's
so
commentary,
creative.
And the game's director
This
had to
is
translate
interesting.
this part of the game entirely by hand using a Japanese to English dictionary.
and even clips of an unreleased documentary.
I never loved anything that much, and the only way we're going to get that again is by staying exactly faithful to what that original game was.
If you didn't know what the greatest RPG of all time was, I suppose it would turn this into a deduction puzzle game where you'd have to use these bonus features, deductive reasoning, and a little bit of creative thinking to figure out how to complete the last hour of this epic RPG.
Be for real. Who hasn't heard of...
That's a strong setup.
Has the bones of an Undertale, that's for sure. Kind of esque thing that could take the world by storm.
We're still hard at work on this recreation.
Yeah,
of this
like
all-time
water
classic.
cooler.
But we hope you'll relive a little bit of the magic when we launch the demo for the remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time.
Oh my god, what
On
the hell is
April
with these
25th,
fucking titles, man?
I
Yakuza,
but see,
Claire.
that's one. Remake end of the greatest.
The remake of the end of the greatest RPG of all time, yes, that is the title, lands on PC later this year with a demo launching on April the 25th. Now,
That's gonna
think
pop.
We've got another world premiere up next.
Yes, we do. This one's an isometric survival game based on a comic by Kyle Starks.
I hate this place.
Well, you can leave whenever you like.
Okay, see ya. No, it's actually... Never mind, just roll the trailer.
I get it.
Yeah.
Why so many bits? I mean, no, it's not bad, but like,
exist in your head, they said. Great material for
I mean, you
your
gotta get your money's worth for having them there.
I actually believed them. Until
but
that
it's a
night.
survival game? Do they mean survival horror or?
Feels like I've walked straight into one of my nightmares.
Because this looks survival horror. This looks fucking fantastic. I think it's going to control like Signalis with that kind of twin sticky feel. I hate this place. Fuck yeah, dude.
I Hate This Place is coming later this year, but in the meantime, put it on your wish list.
Now for an
Yeah, they're
update
pretty
on a
solid.
puzzle platformer where you tangle with the
You gotta
strands of
make
fate.
sure you say
Here's the
survival
release date
horror.
trailer for Once Upon a Puppet.
If you just say survival. Hey dude, this is kind of a fire show so far. Once Upon a Puppet, I think I'm gonna jot this one down too. Little Nightmares. Yeah, your mistake, sir, says it looks like PC only. A lot of these will start off PC only, and then, you know, once they make some money on PC, they'll go to console. And then some will stay on PC, but most of the real, you know, not to be disparaging, but the real high quality ones will end up coming to console.
Cute
This is
and
all
creepy.
platforms. Once
That
Upon a
was
Puppet.
Once Upon a
Nice.
Puppet, which is coming to PC and consoles on April 23rd.
Let's keep things moving with a trailer for a sequel 5 years in the making. Here's the latest transmission from Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you play this first one?
I did play a little bit of Journey.
The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program.
But,
Feed it up, Shelly!
oh god.
The universally renowned Shamalama has a once-in-a-lifetime offer to accelerate your rise to be the galaxy's next top influencer. With our diaper protocol, your lane game gets insane clicks and subs, and you can co-op train with a partner. The Ding Dong Influencer Accelerator Program Extreme Routine has 4 Power Pack programs guaranteed to launch your profile to the stars, including Crash Test Dummy. Death is no longer permanent, but remains incredibly painful and hilarious. Ding Dong! You're dead! Selfie Scout. Snag more subs, snapping stunning selfies in our proven primo locale. Sammy say cheese! Product Tester. Blow up your feed testing experimental products on space creatures. You're a freaking animal! STV Cribs. Now you can pimp your crib on the show everybody in the universe binges.
What the fuck do they got
tasks,
going on?
and you can keep that sweet chamois lock spacesuit. Guaranteed. Crash Test Dummy. Clock clicks with your chamois lock
Oh,
gold
damn,
Levay
it's going
spacesuit
third
and dazzle your
person.
likes with each side-splitting demise. Selfie Scout.
Yeah, I think they showed that with the first trailer, and I think that was the thing where I was like, oh damn.
STV Cribs.
Could be wrong. Because I remember seeing something whenever they revealed this, and I was like, this looks a lot better than the first one.
Well, that was interesting. Revenge of the Savage Planet is crash landing on PC and consoles in May. What's next, Nolan?
This is Anaya, Life After Gods, an action platformer where
May.
you chart the ruins of an alien civilization.
The gods are dead, but we try to survive in their world.
I was literally just about to say, I'm surprised we haven't seen a Metroidvania or a Souls-like yet. That soundtrack's thumping.
I mean, I'll say as well, I'm very fond of this type of art style.
Yeah.
Where you draw it in like a cartoony, but it's like high quality.
Yeah.
It's just pleasant on the eyes.
It is. And it's just, you know, like I said, I know we get a lot of these, but it's like understandable why we get a
Anaya,
lot
Life
of them, you
After
know?
Gods is coming soon to PC
They
and
seem to do
consoles,
well,
but you can check
can
out
get
the
them
demo
out
on
fairly
Steam
quickly.
Right now. In fact, you can find all the games from today's show on the Future Game Show Steam page. Just type Future Game Show Steam into your search engine. It's pretty easy. Anyway, Jen, you were telling me earlier about this next one, so please
Yeah.
take it away.
Anaya,
So,
Life After
Nolan,
Gods.
the best way I can describe this is that it's like Alien Isolation, yeah?
Yeah.
With co-op and velociraptors.
Clever girl.
It's Death Ground.
Oh, this is gonna be that, Death Ground. So there's a couple of these dinosaur games. One of them is from that team that made that really bad game, Quantum Error. But I don't think this is that.
This looks like a multiplayer co-op. Which has immediately like shut off everything in my brain to care about it.
I mean, but to be fair, the idea of Alien Isolation but dinosaurs, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what you need. But I'm with you. I don't want to play
I want to play a
multiplayer
multiplayer.
version
I'd
of it.
happily play that as like a single player game.
Totally. This looks good, man. Like that's even the thing so far with the show. The games that like I don't want to play that Anaya game, Life After Gods. I don't really want to play Deathground, but like these, they both look good.
Okay, Deathground is coming to PC later this year, so make sure it's on your wish lists.
Okay, we're breaking things up with our next section, which is a future game show staple.
Every show, we pull focus onto 3 particular games that we consider, us 2 mainly, ones to watch in 2025.
And first up, we've got Kingmakers, the anachronistic siege simulator where you drive pickup trucks through cavalry fields.
I'm really invested in this.
Yes.
I don't know if this is multiplayer.
Anachronistic siege simulator, anachronistic siege simulator.
It's just Army of Darkness.
Congratulations, I think I've sprained my
Yeah. It's like imagine if Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had good combat. Any chance I get. Oh,
Hello,
no,
I'm
this
Ian
isn't even
Fish
the game
from
I'm talking
Redemption
about.
Road
This
Games,
is
makers of
the...
Road Redemption
Okay,
and the
this is...
This is
yeah.
what I was talking about with it being like Army of Darkness, pulling it back and then just giving you like grenade launchers.
In Kingmakers, you travel back to the year 1401 to
There was
help the
another one
real-life
that's like
Welsh
straight up
rebel
just
Owain
medieval
Glyndwr
combat,
conquer
nothing but it. I forget the name
In
of it.
reality, his Welsh rebellion was defeated and he mysteriously disappeared. So in 1401 England, you use modern weapons to help the outnumbered Welsh defeat English armies made up of thousands of soldiers. And everything in Kingmakers is real. The thousands of soldiers are all simulated.
Crazy.
Furthermore, all buildings are fully navigable and fully destructible.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't know that.
Thousands of soldiers can navigate complex
Bro.
multi-story castles with the same level of pathfinding fidelity
Okay,
you'd expect
mercenaries.
from a modern first-person shooter. Originally, we thought
We see you,
Kingmakers was going to be a
Pandemic.
cool simulation of what it would be like to go back in time with modern weapons. Would you be able to defeat a medieval army with an AK-47? Then we realized that if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. Medieval battles involve thousands of soldiers, so we're going to simulate thousands of soldiers. And this isn't like Dynasty Warriors, where soldiers kind of spawn into existence as you approach them. In Kingmakers, they're always
Damn,
there,
Frank
running
Shake.
their AI all the time. Furthermore, we
Just like
realized that a
straight
game
up.
with this scope, the player would want to be able to command
Yeah, we
his
didn't want to
armies and
half-ass it
fortify
like
his own
that
outposts,
Dynasty
so it
Warriors
kind of
series
grew
that's
there.
been around
It's
since
now
the
something
beginning of
completely
time.
unique. A
And
shooter with
hacks.
real-time strategy elements that
That's
rival Age
so
of Empires,
funny.
and shooting gameplay that rivals Helldivers and Space Marine. Today we're excited to share a little bit more about the destruction aspect of the game.
Damn, they're just like straight up, yeah, we're as good as this, we're as good as that.
Every building, castle, wall, and tree in Kingmakers
No
is
fucking
fully destructible.
chance, dude.
You can blow it up with a grenade launcher, take it out with an
Kingmaker,
airstrike,
take
or maybe
my
you can
money.
demolish it with a tank.
Yeah.
And none of the
And
destruction
it's
is
toppling
scripted
down on
either.
enemies?
It's all dynamic, courtesy of Unreal 4's fast physics calculations. It's one of the reasons we didn't switch to Unreal 5. We
and
experimented
he's
with
even
Unreal
digging out
5.1
Unreal
and Unreal 5.3, but nothing has been as fast on the CPU side as Unreal 4 when it comes to physics. Finally,
gives
we're
me so
excited
much
to share that
confidence
you
in
and
them.
up to 3 friends can
For
leave
them
their
to
own
just
armies
admit
in
that
full
and be
weeks
like, look man, it
and
may
join
have
in on
looked
your
prettier
conquest
if we
of
put it in
England
5,
online co-op.
but like
This
we
is a
know
full
the tech
campaign,
behind it,
full online co-op,
and there's
no
no
compromise.
point in like
This
moving
means 4 players fielding
forward.
armies of thousands, building their own fortifications
worth
and
pointing
buildings,
out,
and
Deathground
attacking enemy
is solo
bases,
as well.
either on their own
Your
side
mistake,
of the map
sir.
or alongside
He
you.
checked it.
We really wanted to make sure that all 4
Oh,
players
that's
feel
so
just
good.
as responsive to play as if they were all playing a single player game or as if they were each playing as the host player, even if your ping is not great. Kingmakers is coming to PC Early Access and hopefully to all major consoles. We'll have more to share about the game later in 2025. In the meantime, please wishlist Kingmakers on Steam. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you saw
Okay,
that
Atomic
sci-fi
Heart.
video?
Thank you so much to the team at Redemption Road for that closer look at Kingmakers, a game
That is
which
one to
isn't
watch,
even out
guys.
yet, but already has a
Yeah,
live
no
action
shit.
movie in the works.
Usually when they do
phone
these
with my
ones to
agent.
watch, it's like,
Play the pickup truck, of course.
okay, a big
Anyway,
AAA
I think it's time for
thing.
another world
We
premiere,
know.
So grab your friends, your VR headsets, and your mobile phones for some reason. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon.
At Elsewhere Electric, we believe in power. The power to shape the future. Our state-of-the-art facility is the heart of that future, and we need you to keep it running. You and a capable partner, that is.
I'll open up the van. Get juiced up.
Okay, I think I'm ready. Let's get in there. I see some symbols, a jellyfish, some squiggly pipes.
I think I've got it. Did that work?
Looks like it. 3, 2, 1, turn.
Ready!
Elsewhere Electric relies on teamwork, precision, problem solving, and efficiency. For reasons which will become immediately clear once you enter our facility, the true nature of our work cannot be revealed to the public. Your work may be challenging.
We're in.
Your work may be confusing.
I can see you! I can see you!
Your work will be dangerous.
We need to get this door open. There's something in here.
But it's a risk Elsewhere Electric is willing to take.
In the event of an incident-induced employee vacancy, a replacement
Smart
installer
putting
will
this after
continue your work.
Kingmaker.
These sacrifices make Elsewhere Electric's important work possible. Because in our facility, power doesn't just keep the lights on, it keeps them from getting out.
Whoa! Ah!
Elsewhere Electric, a puzzle game powered by 2.
Reminds me of
That was your
Weeble
first
here.
look at Elsewhere Electric, a cooperative
But in
puzzle
VR.
game where players work
Right.
together to explore an abandoned facility. Don't try that at home, I'm pretty sure it's illegal. It's coming to PC, VR, iOS, and Android later this year.
All right, this next one's for all you impudent insects out there. If you haven't heard, the cult classic immersive sim System Shock 2 is getting a definitive remaster from Night Dive Studios.
And we just so happen to have the release date ready for you.
Okay. Oh, wow, release date.
Your time is running out.
That's a big update.
Where we grow our future. Your weapons fail. Your ammunition.
So this is the game that people say is like, yeah, play this.
Creation.
People say System Shock 1's like okay, but this is that
It had
fucking
the
game.
ideas, but didn't have like the perfect execution. Whereas System Shock 2 is supposed to be where everything just fell into place.
Feel so
Hold on.
I love late 90s, man. I mean, obviously I'm nostalgic for my childhood, but like, there was just something about the vibe, man. Like the way the first-person shooters all looked and shit, that golden eye kind of.
Was that release date? Damn.
Oh my god.
You heard it here
like
first,
tomorrow.
folks. The System Shock 2
That was
25th
right around the
anniversary
corner.
remaster launches on June 26th,
3 months.
2025.
And speaking of good old games, you may have heard about the recently launched
The rest of the
preservation
year's
program
filling out,
from our
man.
friends at GOG. It's a commitment from one of the industry's foremost digital storefronts to maintain
They
and
need to
preserve
be
classic
like
video games
commended for this big
A
time.
noble pursuit indeed. System Shock 2 is already part of the program alongside other golden oldies like Alpha Protocol and SWAT 4, both of which I was in, by the way. So, thanks, guys.
Say it
For
louder.
the Spring Showcase, we've partnered
Alpha
with
Protocol,
GOG
baby.
to reveal some more titles that are coming to the program. Who knows? Maybe one of your nostalgic favorites will pop up.
Oh, cool.
And I'll be in it.
Probably.
Sometimes it just takes a single
Captain Cord Dog. Alpha Protocol mentioned.
my
Keep it
friend.
tally.
Or quick glimpse to awaken that emotion. A warm feeling that brings back all the memories of times when all the problems didn't matter. It was just you as a superhero, fighter, racer, knight, waiting to conquer the world. Games are part of you, us. They're a part of culture, part of what makes us human. Without preservation, all the emotions, creativity, stories, and innovations behind them risk being lost forever. How can
Never
we
have
ensure
truer
everyone
words
can
been
play games
spoken.
today, tomorrow, and for years to come?
Yeah.
Devs share the source codes, artwork, and even collectibles.
I know a lot
that
of
you own
people,
with museums so
are
they don't get
all
lost.
on Steam.
Gamers, play
But one of
these
the big
games and
reasons I
talk
want to
about them.
grab like
Make
one of
them live
those
forever.
ROG allies or
Vote
whatever is
and share
for
your gaming
for
stories
GOG.
on GOG Dreamlist to help bring more games to the GOG preservation program.
That's something that I was going to
Games
say.
within the
You had to like
program are
vote on it
maintained
as
by
well.
us
I don't know
and
if you knew that.
guaranteed to always
You vote
work
on
Yeah.
like trying to get them
We've
to.
already future-proofed more than
Yeah,
100
it's
titles.
incredible.
Today, we are happy
So
to say
cool.
that the GOG Preservation Program is expanding with even more titles. You can play all of them right now on GOG.com. Let's take a look at the new arrivals.
Okay. All the Tomb Raiders. Fallout 2. And they're really building this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they're specifically picking titles that are actually like really in jeopardy of being just
Do us
wiped
a favor
away.
and head over to GOG.com to peruse the expanded preservation program library. We've also collaborated on an FGS
The
themed
ones that are
sale,
like
which
fan
you can find
favorites
by
as well,
heading to
of like series that, you know, because Silent Hill 4
Okay,
didn't have like
at this
the
point, you're
most
probably
warm
thinking,
reception
Nolan
overall.
North, why are you on the
Like, it's not the
balcony?
most beloved
Where's
and
Jennifer?
coveted.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
Wait, I mean,
I'm not
you think about Alpha Protocol, like
throw it out to a
what a
series of
perfect pick.
back-to-back
All the
trailers
weird
while I
distribution rights and Microsoft doesn't have Microsoft doesn't own Alpha Protocol.
Jen?
It's still in limbo over there with
Jennifer?
Sega. And like, obviously, they don't give a shit about it.
Anyone?
And actually, I think someone might have bought it from Sega.
We all know why the
don't know.
walls around our capital exist. This world fell to the forces of darkness. Its light is replaced by shadows and the terrors that lurk within them.
There's your Souls Light.
Yeah, right.
With our faith in the Divine One and the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world.
Checking a lot of boxes.
Who's this
Souls.
voice actor?
Inquisitor, a word in private.
Sounds very familiar.
It does.
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations for being exactly where you want to be here at Dutch's Razzle Dazzle Dream Hotel. We got everything you need up here in the clouds. Buy a slice of paradise, cryptocurrency allowed. Vacations tailor-made, have a mealtime serenade. Upgrade to the ultra suede, you wanna do it right. Party on the promenade, every day is a parade. Stay up for the masquerade, the party goes all night. I accept your adulation.
What the hell is this?
I have no idea. It's giving me flashbacks to like the monkey boss fight in Split Fiction.
Yeah.
They didn't tell you anything. What the hell?
Oh, come on, guys. Are we talking point and click adventure? Are we talking?
Let's take this lunatic down for messing with the sovereignty.
Uh-oh.
Let's make it quick. We're on the clock here.
Yeah, more XCOM likes, please. I'll take them all day.
That's handy. getting this fixed up.
They're coming.
I've never seen anything like this before. Svetlov's planning something big. If we're lucky, he'll show himself.
So I know that that control game is going to be here, but I really don't know of anything else.
Svetlov's called Hideout. Any idea how many people he's got with him?
Did you read any like press release or anything for what? Cool, we're going in completely blind.
I went in completely blind. I've been very busy.
I think that control game's going to be here, the FBC.
Yeah,
I think
I did hear that.
Okay.
When I was looking at True Achievements earlier on, that was one of the names that were highlighted. They'll probably save it for late in the show, with it being Remedy.
That's sick. This is the action figure game. Shelf Heroes. Chop that one down. I'm trying to jot down the games that are really catch my eye. I so often see some cool shit and then just completely forget it.
This is not going to be something I'd ever play, but this looks incredible to like watch someone who'd be really good at it play.
Yeah, watch a speedrun or something.
Oh, thank God.
Bionic Bay.
Uncle Nolan, where have you been?
Okay, it's okay. I'm sorry. That just took so
Another
so
bit.
long. It's really way up there. It's not a camera trick. If they ask you to go up there, do not do it. Okay, what's next?
While Uncle Nolan recovers, let's take a look at Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is kind of like Rainbow Six Siege, except with pigeon poop bombing runs. Yes, you did hear that correctly. And backyard brawls.
She said poop.
Are you okay?
I can't breathe.
Okay.
Oh my God. I fucking love the indie space, man. Like,
I do as well, but it's the kind of like thing of I'd struggle to see this thing surviving like more than a year.
oh yeah, none of them are surviving.
And it's really like I appreciate the creativity that you guys put in, but like I hope you have like a really big cushion, because this is the kind of thing that could sink you as well.
Hopefully it just wasn't that expensive. I mean, but it does. It's got a lot of shit going on here. A lot of mechanics. Oh my God. Yeah, this could have been a little bit more expensive than it was first looking.
Reaffirm your property boundaries in Neighbours Suburban Warfare, which is launching in early access on April 17th.
We've got a developer presentation for Hawthorne up next. This is a sandbox RPG where you build a whimsical community of woodland creatures. Very, very cottagecore gay. I'm in.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Hawthorne is a sandbox RPG realm of anthropomorphic
Alright.
animals and fairy tale creatures. Play solo or co-op as you recruit villagers and build a village of memorable NPCs. Defend against the elements and against forest tricksters. Celebrate the season's traditions. Farm, craft, and explore an ever-changing world bigger than the
Yeah, it's
small
tough
creature
for
you
me,
play.
man. It's tough for me to get into these
Bringing
style
this
of like
nostalgic world to life
chill,
has been
super
a
cozy
long-term
games.
dream for us,
I
and we're
picked up that
thrilled to be
Wanderstop
doing it
game.
alongside our players.
Have you seen that?
Hawthorne will leverage our experience making some of the world's
From
most
the
beloved
Stanley
RPGs
Parable creator.
to establish a new genre that
just
blends
like,
the
I
emergent
don't
fun
know, man,
of
I don't wanna
sandbox
do
games
farming and
with a
shit.
charming simulation
No,
of
it's not
village
for me either. Like people will get really into
It's a
like
fantasy
Stardew Valley
home
and
you can
stuff,
keep returning to.
and like That's just not the game. Like, the thing is that's not usually the main game, that's their cozy game. Like you said, it's the perfect word for it, it's cozy.
Your friends,
I just,
and your NPC
I don't
followers must
get
work
invested
together
in
to
stuff. I
complete
like
jobs
to
around
see
the village.
finality when I'm playing a game. I want
Differentiating
a
species together
story to
with our
play out
procedural
and then
storytelling
give me a
combined
conclusion so I
make
can
each
move on.
player's story in Hawthorne a unique and enjoyable experience.
Yeah,
We're a small
and see
team
that
of
type of stuff,
experienced
procedural
developers
storytelling and all that.
bringing
It's
Hawthorne
like
to
that just
life
means
as a
bad.
true passion
I'm
project.
not saying always, but
This game
typically
is
it's just
currently
like it's
self-funded
you're not
to
going to
keep
get really great
creativity at its
procedurally
heart.
generated narratives typically.
And now, with our incredible community, we have the chance to build something unique and memorable. Join us on this adventure.
But like you said,
Follow and
most people
support
aren't
our
playing this for a
Kickstarter
story,
to
so
help
that's
us
cool.
bring the nostalgic joy that is Hawthorne to the world.
No, it's the same like survival games and stuff. It's just they're definitely not either of our thing, but they're clearly popular enough to keep getting greenlit. So.
Absolutely.
A Kickstarter campaign
to
for
you.
Hawthorne is coming soon, so keep an eye on the developer's socials for more information.
All right, for the future games show historians out there, this next game appeared at the very end of last year's Spring Showcase as our one more thing.
You know, Jen, while we're on the topic of history, back in my day when Emily and I hosted the first Future Game Show, it was all remote. None of this real in-person stuff. I mean, you kids don't know how good you're getting it.
Back in your day. Yeah, when did Uncharted come out again?
They tell me 2007.
Yeah, I was definitely still in school.
At least you were born. Okay, let's just watch this new trailer for Industria 2.
Sometimes I think about like, what if you just sat these people down and had them actually talk? Like, but of course you would, yeah, it wouldn't fit the format, but yeah, fine bits.
The thing is as well, it's how much can they say about each game themselves?
Totally.
I think Nolan North's kind of his whole shtick is comedy.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I do appreciate a slow shooting shotgun, I'll say that.
Grab my hand.
Metro's taking too long.
Thanks.
The competition is coming out the woodwork, trying to capture the space.
Find a way home. I'm just as stranded as you. God damn it. But there is a sender at headquarters. I can show you the way if you help me arrive there in one piece. Deal. Nora, what was Atlas made for in the first place?
Oh wow, man, Jesus
Before it became
Christ.
this.
I've said it a million
was a
times, but
sorting
walking
algorithm
colossi like that,
meant to
immediate
scrape the
+1 in
universe
my
base
book.
layer for data.
Right.
I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dimensions.
I guess it didn't stay that way.
I mean, I'm into this.
Yeah, very much so. Lower budget Metro?
Never played
2.
Industria 1.
Nor have I.
Defy an insatiable artificial intelligence in Industria 2, which is coming soon to PC.
Another world premiere now, and this one has a little historical kick to it.
As well as some
World
zombies,
premiere.
because why not?
World premiere. Wait, what? Oh god. But once again, like this old school NES look with, you know, throw some zombies in there, throw some fucking... it's like, why not? See, but this is where you lose me. Chopping trees and building houses and...
I mean, these co-op survival fans gonna be eating good.
Yeah. Hey, but I will say I'm jotting down the games that have caught my eye. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at 7 so far. So I mean, some stuff that I'm interested in, no doubt.
No, they're getting a good wide spread.
And I think I forgot to write down a couple at the start.
Romestead is a survival game where you rebuild the empire after the fall of Rome. It's coming soon, but you can sign up for the closed alpha at romestead.com.
All right, ready up for our second ones to watch.
Listen,
this
man,
time, we're
I
checking in with
roguelikes
Compulsion
and
Games'
survival
Deep South
games
action
and games
adventure,
that you can kind of do
South
on a
of
loop.
Midnight.
Oh, nice, South of Midnight. But, games that you can kind of repeat on a loop, I totally understand why indie developers prioritize those or target those.
Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games. Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games. Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric
I've run out
version
of drink,
of
so I'll
the
have to be
Deep South.
back. But I've seen enough of South of Midnight, so...
Good.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
I gotta be honest, that's kind of the one part of the game I'm less interested in, is
Catfish
the
is voiced by a
talking
man named Walter.
fish and
We
the...
really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find
I
your
do
mama.
like that.
So after we meet Catfish, you are set to
Getting a
heal
guy for the
Benji,
role who's like,
and
yeah, he's not a voice actor,
he
but
lives in this
cool
remote
dude.
Cajun community that has been abandoned.
We just
for
went down to the bayou and we
many
found him.
years.
Yeah.
For
I love that.
And you understand
Good job.
why it's
Yeah,
been
sure.
abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric,
Yeah, it's a weird thing because I had no interest in
character
this game
that you
when
meet
it first got
early
shown.
on. You
When it
kind
was
of get
really
to know what
aggressive
their
with,
their
the
relationship is and
stuttery-ness.
what happened.
And the more that
there.
they've shown,
You're welcome to
it's
try
like,
bottling up the pain.
nah, I'm kind of.
But the
I'm kind
roots
of
of this
vibing
trouble
with
go
this.
deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Oh, wow.
Benji's name. He saw things
Specific
different.
music for specific characters.
He was my shame. And I said goodbye. I said farewell. I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
Oh, that's yes.
Benji's name.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is very linear then, because you
South of Midnight
wouldn't want to
launches
hear the
on
song
Xbox
out
Series
of
X
its
and S, PC, and it's also
directed
going to
order,
be day
right?
one on Game Pass on April 8th. And in the meantime, feel free to shout us out on social media, tell your friends, pre-order, wish list,
probably is,
really
like,
get the word out
linear.
there. Thanks
You
for
have to,
watching,
like,
and I hope you
encounter
enjoyed
them
the rest of the
bits.
show.
South
that
of
would be
Midnight is coming to
horrible.
PC and Xbox
Like
on
getting
the
the
8th of April.
get
and
a
will be on
chorus
Xbox Game Pass
or get the
from
end
day
of the
one.
song at the
Shout out to
get
Compulsion
yeah.
Games for giving us a window into that world. Better yet, you can see more from South of Midnight in our FGS Live from GDC post show, which directly follows this broadcast. So stick around.
Okay, now we're venturing into the haunted landscapes of Pioneer next.
I'm really excited
it's
for that
a
game.
stalker-like MMO, first-person shooter set in a dark, alternate reality.
Jot down South of Midnight.
You didn't jive with Stalker, did you?
No, but it was. You remember, it was rough when it came out in terms of performance and lighting, and I might go back to it at some point. Oh, damn, they're like pulling mechanics straight from Stalker.
Yeah, they did say at the beginning. She said it was inspired.
Sincere condolences, and hope you will die with that understanding.
I mean, I'll check this out.
You're an MMO guy?
Sorry?
You're an MMO guy?
It's so weird because I'd really love to be. There's so many of them that I've tried to get into. And I do eventually end up phasing out of it. But if it's more set like this doesn't look like a traditional MMO.
Right, like there's a story and some sort of finality maybe.
It's just also the way the game's like structured and stuff. There's nothing worse than like, I wanted to get into Final Fantasy 14, but you give me like, go pick 15 flowers, come back, and I'll pick 20, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. No.
I mean, this looks damn good.
Yeah.
Your actions are rapidly changing the course of events, and the general vector of changes is close to our worldview.
But here everything is strange. Our informant is weird.
This
Our
is one of those
enemies are
shows
weird.
where it's
The
nothing
same goes
that's
for you,
shown
too.
is going to make us jump out of our seat probably, but it's just a lot of like, oh yeah, that's good.
That was gameplay for the incredible-looking Pioneer, which is coming to PC in 2025. What have we got next, Jennifer?
Well, we're taking a trip to 19th century Brazil to check out a cell-shaded roguelike called Hell Clock.
It's like West of Dead.
You definitely get into that indie pocket where it's like, okay, yeah, this looks like a lot of other things that have come out in recent years, but still kind of dig the vibe here.
It's the thing as well, is that if it's your preferred genre, because like this is something I'd happily sit there and play. As long as it feels good to play in my hand. Just
Yeah.
like a Warriors Abyss and stuff.
That's a good name. I actually thought about buying Warriors Abyss the other night. I was looking for something to dabble with. Hell Clock. Not a bad name.
Set your alarms.
I ended up
because
picking like
Hellclock
a
is coming
mech
soon to
roguelike up.
PC. There's also a
instead.
demo
It was
available on
alright.
Steam, so go check it out after the show.
Let's push things forward with a completely different game. One that asks you to be the MVP in PvP
Fuck
vehicular
yeah.
combat. Nolan, did I say that right?
I have no
Ah,
idea.
fuck. PvP.
Anyway, here's Rivals Hover League.
That's why I didn't celebrate.
I should have known
I was
better.
like, I know where this is going.
There has to be a market for a gritty card combat, just dark as fuck game like Twisted Metal, man. There has to be.
So
I
the
mean,
thing
did
I
you
always
see-
have with these games is the reason a lot of them like don't end up succeeding is because they're built to try and be that next best thing. When what they need to do is just focus on like keeping it simple, and it will become the next best thing on its own regard. Like Rocket League and stuff was very rough at the beginning. It took them 2 iterations to do that, and now look at it, it's an absolute juggernaut that's never gonna get dethroned.
Well, you look at
Stuff like that.
Fortnite, man.
Yeah.
Like, Fortnite started off so bare bones and then just
Rivals
ended
Hover
up
League is
becoming
coming
this
soon, but you can check
monolith.
out the alpha test on Steam. Time for something scary, I think. Nolan?
Yes, indeed. Let me introduce you all to Finding Frankie, a haunted parkour game show starring a cavalcade
Look at
of
this,
creepy
I'm sick of
animatronics.
seeing.
Here's the latest from the game's
There's
developers.
animal animatronic horror thing.
Yeah, we're getting into that pocket of the show right now for sure, where it's like a bit of a lull.
I mean, just in general, it really isn't my thing. like Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff.
No, I feel you. But I'm just saying, like, the last 3-4 games are like, okay. We had a real hot run in that opening.
That happened, but oh well. You're still there. Over 3 stories of action-packed parkour obstacle courses.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premise of Frankie's Parkour Palace.
I mean, while it's in the lull period, I guess everybody can throw out their favourite so far. So we're about the midway point through, right?
I'd assume something like that, yeah. What would your favorite so far be? I mean, I know we've already seen a lot of it, but Kingmaker for sure has stole the show, in my opinion.
It'd be that, and then second would... Actually kind
The
of like the
remake of the
Stalker
greatest
MMO
RPG.
vibe thing. Like...
Oh, wow. Your mistake, sir, says the
Watch
more I
your
see of
step
South of
when Finding
Midnight, the more
Frankie
uncertain
comes
I
to
am about it.
consoles on April 5th.
Yeah, I can kind of
Swiftly
understand
away
that.
from that terrifying image.
I don't think they've showed that
got
thing
a special
narratively that like
update from
really
Tale
is like,
Worlds
oh, I think this
about
is
their
going to
beloved
be
medieval
deep
warfare
and
simulator, Mount and
I'm
Blade
waiting for
2.
that narrative hook. But what would your game of the show be, Loon? You said Kingmaker or the Stalker MMO?
Yeah, the Stalker-esque. Did they say this is Bannerlord? Oh. I mean, I'm down if this is like a new game or an expansion for Bannerlord. They're such good games. If there's naval combat.
Captain Corndog saying, I thought it might be Mountain Blade 2. Thought they said Mountain Blade 2.
Yeah, my bad. We were talking at the time. I know it said Tale Worlds, so I know it's something to do with Mountain Blade. I didn't know if it was expansion.
Got you.
Yes.
What a brilliant surprise. Mount and Blade 2 is getting naval warfare, a new faction, and so much more with the War Sales expansion, which is coming soon to PC.
Well, there goes 300 hours of my life.
Seafaring theme. Here's the latest on an Unreal Engine 5 sailing adventure inspired by Firewatch. This is Will Follow the Light.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I've seen this. This is kind of the first person walking sim thing. But sailing adventure. I didn't know that was the main hook. Will follow the light.
Yeah, there's not enough time in the day, is there, to balance everything. All these great titles. Mercy.
I'm loving this song. The gameplay, you know.
There sure be walking.
I will find you, wherever you are.
Wait, was that 2 different realities rendered in simultaneous? Okay, here we go. Let's do some fucking sailing. A sailing sim. Something we don't have yet. I mean, I'm down for this. If it's 4 hours, you know? If it's 10, hell no.
5 hours of learning how to tie sailor knots before you can get off.
I'd kind of be down for that.
We'll follow
Like
the
if
light 2025
if it's really hardcore into the sailing sim,
What have
that'd
you got for us next?
be interesting.
Well, how about a post-Ragnarok survival game? Okay, here's the developers of Cloudheim, Noodlecat Games, to give us the inside scoop.
Hi, I'm Billy Quick from Noodlecat Games, and today we'll be exploring some of the combat in Cloudheim, our upcoming game blending crafting with physics-based combat. This is a Greeble, an aggressive little furball with a lot of teeth. You could hit him with a sword, but instead, let's kick him off this cliff. Greebles aren't the only threat out here, though. You'll also fight against heavily armored enemies like armadillos who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Hordens, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage. Our combat system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground. Combine abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine.
Not for me, man.
Play solo or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks. While you explore the island in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting. You'll grow in Cloudheim by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage. Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds. Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild combos, and we're excited to see what chaos you can create.
Very pretty, though.
Now here's
Very pretty.
Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim. Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Bring harmony to the realm when Cloudheim lands on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in 2025. And be sure to sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.
Okay. We've got another round of back-to-back trailers up next, so keep your wits and blades always sharp. No, wait, not in Faerun. Keep your wits and your wish
Was there anything in it that really popped off?
We'll be back shortly.
It kind of reminded. What was the game that you played
Got to get
last
up
month?
to that balcony in a bit.
That you were talking about that I said I didn't really click with.
You know, they didn't just
Eternal Strands?
Yeah, that I thought just
Yeah,
looked.
it's-
It just
So
looked
did you
exactly
Nathan
that
Drake
for me.
your way down?
It's like it's the kind of thing where like there's gonna be people who enjoy it, but I don't know. I think I've had enough of that personally.
Yeah, the crafting in Eternal Strands is the thing that put me off of it, but I liked the whole, a lot of the mechanics and ideas.
Welcome to Section 13, a top-down roguelike shooter where an interdimensional outbreak is just another day at the office. Operating from the shadows, S2P is a globe-spanning paranormal research organization. Their mission? Capture and study things that go bump in the night. And
It's
Section
the thing,
13
like I
is where they
said,
keep the
I
worst.
never blame indie developers for doing the roguelike
Until
thing,
now.
but it's like, boy,
With the best of the
how many
best,
times have we heard that word in this show?
unavailable, it's up to a team of disposable rank-and-file
It's just
nobodies
yeah,
to get the
you're
job
obviously
done.
targeting a specific. Because to me, this looks more
That's
interesting
you.
than the game
Meet
before.
Agent Red.
Personally, it's just gonna be something that scratches a particular itch.
Your
I'd
turn to
rather play a
shine.
twin stick
She's
shooter.
new to the field, but don't let that
Then
fool you. She's
One of them
packing
again.
cutting-edge mad science weaponry. She's one of 4 agents available to choose from. Whether you're going
But
in
you could
alone
argue that they're both kind of in that same
or
vein
bringing some help.
in vibe of being very, safe.
Now, listen carefully. Whatever they were up to in that base, they weren't doing it on the books.
Yeah, I'm even
There's something
like
big
a genre
down
I
there.
absolutely love, like
And
the
it
old
wants
school survival horror thing, where I'm starting to get to the point where it's like, okay,
It's
getting a
up
lot
to
of
you
these guys.
to plunge into the unknown. Find the answers. Fight
Because
for
this
the
wouldn't be
truth.
something that I rush out and get like day
And
one.
bring some light to the
It'd
dark.
be something that you'd forget released like 2 years prior. And I'd be like, oh yeah, on a really deep, cheap sale. Try that out. I
Section
remember that.
13. Clock in.
You just finished like a big game and want something to play to.
Welcome, bandits from all over the world. We are Bandit Trap, a home security company, and our new line of home defense products needs to be tested. So we're calling on you to do the job. Your objective, try to loot all 10 treasures scattered in our prepared houses and escape from the robotic hands of our trapper.
It's like an asymmetrical multiplayer game. 5 bandits versus
This
a
little
trap.
fella packs all the skills to achieve our ultimate goal.
I
Defend
reiterate
homes
what you
and
said
their
earlier,
treasures
Loon.
against
Where
bandits
it's like,
from
man,
all over the world.
I hope you didn't put a whole lot of cash into this. This sounds so rude. I apologize, but like,
No, but there has to be an element of honesty as well.
Yeah.
Of just, I really hope that they'll be fine if it does, very heavily underperform. If it does, hopefully it doesn't.
hopefully it doesn't. Right? Yeah. And I net in the indie space, even if it's something that I'm not interested in, I still hope it finds an audience. It's like these are people putting their lives on the line to fucking make a dream happen, and I totally fucking. But it's even the thing with like Control, the Firebreak game, whatever it's called, FBC Firebreak. It's like, boy, I hope Remedy didn't put, because Remedy's already a company that fucking struggles to make any profit. That FBC Firebreak,
It
we'll
looked
see
like
what
it
happens
was
today.
reusing a lot of assets, so I think that'd be fun. It looked like very basically doing what Resident Evil's been doing, and just being very smart. It's fun to reuse your assets. If they look good, then just why make them again from scratch?
We'll see, man. I hope they didn't spend fucking $50 million making that thing.
Nah, I don't think they would have.
Hello, Cybermyth combatants! Neon Abyss 2 is a side-scrolling action roguelike game with a cyber-mythological theme. The sequel stays faithful to what the fans love about the first game, using the original infinite item stacking feature and chaotic combat, while introducing new mechanics, new content, and refinement to create an exhilarating experience. Finally, you can get hands-on with Neon Abyss 2 yourself with our single-player
click with Neon
playtest,
Abyss,
which is
personally.
available right now. Don't forget to wishlist now.
I said I didn't really click with Neon Abyss, the first one.
Hey, welcome back. Let's get back into the swing of things with a world premiere. I hope you like lonely robots.
I love them.
Even they kind of know.
There was
All
no
right, let's get
guide
back
for
into
what
the
we
swing
had
of
to
things.
do, no manual for leaving a world behind. But even we knew we couldn't take everything with us. I left behind my greatest creation, a
Oh,
guardian,
is this from the Mars
a
guys?
caretaker.
Kinda
Its
sounds
hands
like it,
shaped to
looks like it,
nurture, its heart
Yeah.
programmed to protect.
Very similar
It
vibe.
works tirelessly now, crafting
Maybe
vessels
not.
from the bones of a broken world, sending sparks of life into the void.
Why does the sun go on shining?
RoboShop.
Why does the sea rush to shore?
What is with all these boat games?
Yeah, right.
Why is it whenever there's one theme, it's it's just weird. Like when there was that time loop trend where like 4 games came out, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I totally remember exactly. Deathloop, 12 minutes, Forgotten City. Those were all in 2021.
Yeah, and Dishonored 2
The
had
Last
it.
Caretaker is a survival game
That's
where
so
you bring
funny.
humanity back from the brink of extinction.
No pressure, I guess. It's coming soon.
There's another one.
Let's
Your
move on and
checkbox,
introduce
your bingo
you all
board
to
survival
Into the
game.
Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a
Roguelike
side-scrolling survival game set in a Texas city
Metroidvania,
devastated by a
Souls-like.
zombie outbreak, plus an economic crisis and
Again,
scorching
side-scrolling survival game.
Stinky zombies I can handle, but hot weather, I'm British. Absolutely not.
Damn good art or sound design.
Landed at the pie, standing in the fire till the dreams went dead in the whites of their eyes. Nothing's growing.
It's the most interesting one of these so far.
Without a doubt.
I don't know
This
Deadline.
looks good. Look at the animation quality. What the fuck? Like when he was trying to fend off the zombie, there was actually some resistance. Whoa.
Into
What
the
is that,
Dead, Our
Into the
Darkest Days
Dead?
launches into early access on April 9th, which is just mere weeks away, people.
Get excited, but please try to enjoy each game equally.
Well, if you're looking for something a little more cheery, then we've got you covered too. Locomoto is a cozy conductor simulator where you fix rusty trains and make hot cocoa for your furry friends.
I'm sold.
Me too.
Great.
Welcome to the world of Locomoto, where your story begins with a simple, rusty train which will become your new home. You'll take the role as train conductor, keeping your train in tip-top shape. Learn how to drive it and embark on a journey to help your hometown Barenpire solve its environmental struggles. Traverse and explore various stations and bring aboard quirky locals along the way. Pick her out and drive them to their
It's so
destination.
funny that
While
as a
travelling, you can,
society,
of course, service
nobody
them to
can
make sure
really
they
like.
enjoy the ride.
No
Scour
one
the
makes
world
their
for
own
resources
food anymore,
and craft
so we're
unique
trying to
sets of
like
furniture
recapture
to
that in the
furnish
game.
your
No one
Customize
farms
the
their own
exterior
food. Like,
and
oh, we
interior
need
of
to
your train
have that
to make it
feeling
feel
met.
like your own.
Right.
There are many things to explore and
Yeah, it's
discover
like our
in the world of
innate
Locomoto,
fucking
so immerse
being
yourself in
wants
this
us to
cozy
do that
experience.
so bad,
Locomoto
but
arrives on the 8th
we
of
just
April,
end up at the
2025 on
Golden
Steam
Arches.
and on Nintendo Switch later this year.
That looked good. I
Please
mean,
mind
cozy,
the gap,
chill once
because
again, but
Locomoto is pulling into a
a little
station
different.
near you on April the 8th. That was a real palate cleanser, so time for something gritty now, I think.
Precisely. Here's Karma, the Dark World, an
There we
all-history
go. Let's
thriller
get gritty.
where you dive into the brains of your suspects as an
Oh,
agent
we've seen
of
this.
the Thought Bureau. Right?
I don't want.
Tell me, do you think a glimpse of a memory is the absolute truth? You don't get to choose to see the events that led up to these memories, or what transpired after. Perhaps even just once given it some serious thought.
Mother?
Just what kind of memories make us the people today?
I'm going to tear you apart.
Unravel the
With
truth
the
in
same
Karma
reaction.
the Dark World, which lands on PC and PS5 on March the 27th, which is exactly
It's around.
1 week from now. Now, we all know you like watching trailers for games, but what about actually playing them too? Sound fun? Good. Because this next section focuses on indies with demos available on Steam, so you can check them all out right after the show.
Welcome to Eclipsium, a psychological horror adventure that has you exploring a crunchy, twisted dreamscape.
I love that art style.
Next up,
I
we've
hated
got
it.
White Knuckle.
Oh,
a
really?
speed climbing game where you scale
Oh, this
the
looks
guts
sick,
of a
the
sinister
parkour.
substructure.
Yeah.
How about Weenie Wise, a cooperative puzzle platformer starring magical school students?
Or Paper Sky, where you
Weenie
chart
Wise.
cell-shaded landscapes as a makeshift paper plane.
That is the best jiggle physics on a piece of paper I've ever seen.
Give Mother Machine a try. It's an action platformer where you chart quirky cave systems.
My girlfriend calls me a chaos gremlin. And finally, this is Artist Impact, a story-rich, turn-based RPG that blends pixel art with hand-drawn comic aesthetics.
See, I'd dig that.
That was our ones-to-play
Yeah.
montage. And the best way you can try those games out for yourself is by heading
All of
to
those
our
look pretty
Future
good, in
Game
my
Show
opinion.
Steam page. Just search Future Game Show on Steam to get more info on the games we've covered today, and maybe wishlist some of your favorites.
I know we harp on about wish listing a lot, but it is an important visibility signal for games in development, and every little bit helps.
Indeed. We're switching back into trailer mode now.
Do you
with
ever
another
wish
world
list
premiere.
anything?
This one's an exciting adaptation of a popular board
I
game.
literally never do. I need to remember to do that.
On Xbox, I ran out of. There's a 300 limit.
Oh, really?
So, yep. This is Divinity, I think, isn't it?
Divinity? I have no idea.
Or is it Pathfinder? I know one of them has one of these type of games in development. No. Oh, there's another one in development.
That's right,
There's a
Frosthaven,
lot,
the
my
board
friend.
game, is now Frosthaven, the video game, and it's coming to PC in 2025.
This next game fulfills a lifelong dream of mine, to be a sheep wielding a great sword in a world run by wolves. Let's dig into the delightfully edgy revenge story of Stand Alone.
More 2D goodness.
Yep.
Stand Alone is coming to Steam in summer 2025.
Sweet. Okay, let's keep it rolling with the latest trailer from Mecha Break, a lightning-fast armored brawler.
There we go. This was at that Xbox showcase last year. Looked pretty solid.
It's multiplayer though, isn't it?
I believe so. I'm so curious about that other mech game, the single player one, the cartoonish looking mech game that never came out that's at that Xbox showcase in like 2023. I forget the name of it. By Annapurna, I think, was publishing it.
There aren't many of them, like, especially single player.
No, yeah, right. This looks fucking incredible though. I'm not
We've
gonna
only
lie.
just started like getting them trickling in. With Mech Warrior coming to console, and then obviously the new Armored Core.
Yeah, that's why I ended up picking up that mech game the other night, the indie mech game. I forget the name of it. So yeah, I kind of feel like just playing a mech game. It's hella customizable and shit. It was cool. But then Assassin's Creed Shadows came out. I mean, this looks fucking gnarly, dude. just in terms of what's going on the screen, it's like very
Yeah, it's one of them things where it'll be another live service-esque thing, but it's doing something different, so it will find a niche audience. Unlike Naraka, Blade Point, stuff like that,
right.
where it's like a lot of people like, another live service, but it's found like a solid core audience.
Nitrogen Omega is the turn-based mech game, says Captain Corn Dog. I don't remember that one. There's one that's like I forget the name of it, man. It was
Mecha Break is boosting its way
I'll
into
never be
your
able to remember
rotation
the
later
name.
this year.
But it was like real time, and there
Well,
was
we're most of the way through the show
like
now.
cozy shit going on,
But
like
there's still a
town
bunch of
building or
exciting
some shit
games
as
in
well.
the
I forget.
Here's a double feature from our friends at Playdigious.
Okay.
Fretless.
That doesn't inspire confidence. How quickly
was
they're
it?
blasting through them like text menus.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to like.
But finally, a card game. Jesus Christ.
Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson, and Crown Gambit are both coming to PC in 2025.
All right, Nolan North. I think it's safe to say we've covered a ton of games today. But what's one more world premiere between friends?
Oh, well, I'm not complaining. Let's check it out.
Is this Firebird? I mean, that wouldn't be a world premiere. God damn, man.
I'm just not gonna.
That's
Positive
the. I mean,
positive vibes.
I'm with you, Loon, but it's like at a certain point, I'm also thinking like, damn, there's people sitting here watching us watch this, and I'm like, I want to give you my honest thoughts. This is a lot, man. This is a lot of the same shit.
It's like, I get it's a very competitive market and they can't help that so many other games get made. But like, if you're sitting in an office, like, spitballing ideas and stuff, a city builder, you know that's going to be something that somebody's going to put hundreds of hours into. Like, they're slow games, and there's only so many of them that people will play.
And when I see like the cutscenes and the animation there, I'm like, oh damn, okay, this looks pretty solid. And it's like, oh, you're crafting and building.
Rave,
and
Kingdom on the
okay,
Distant
just
Shores
like
is
the
a
40
city
other
builder
games.
set in a fox-filled fantasy land, which is coming in 2026.
We've got something slightly less adorable for up next, but for good reason. Our final ones to watch deep dive tackles the next spine-chilling game
Little
from Tarsier
Nightmares?
Studios, the minds behind Little Nightmares.
Prepare yourself, because it's time for a
Oh.
closer look at the claustrophobic world of Reanimal.
So, Reanimal? Okay.
So hold on, have they lost the rights to Little Nightmares?
Yeah, there's some weird thing where
adventure where
Bandai
you play two siblings
got
and
weird
you're
shit going on.
looking for your three friends.
These kids grew up in a lovely place, but due to reasons that become more apparent as you play the game, that lovely place has turned really quite nasty. And so your job as these two players is to go and rescue your other friends and try and escape this nasty place. The island itself, due to this inciting incident, has been fractured, and so it's in three large parts and a bunch of smaller bits. Each of your friends can be found in one of these big parts. It's a very simple tale of find yourself in hell, go through a really scary
we've
place,
seen all of
survive,
this
and rescue
already.
your friend, you know. It's a tale as old as time.
Like, we really love seeing people go with that and just go the extra mile and find all
God,
those
they have
secrets
such
and all these things and
grotesque
put it all together and come up with their
designs of
theory,
games,
right? So, like,
And
if
they're
we
going
give away too
even
much
darker
upfront,
with
everybody
this one.
loses.
We've definitely given players more this time round than in previous games, but still it's nice to keep a little bit back so you can kind of meet in the middle and see what people make of what you've given them and all that.
It's definitely a co-op game. You're together solving various like little, maybe puzzles is almost too much of a word there, but you're overcoming different obstacles in the world and survive various things we pitch against you together, right? So it's about the two players finding ways to survive and rescuing their friends, really, like we said before.
So co-op only?
I think so.
Because I'm a big couch fan. Couch co-op is where it's at for me. But then a load of people love online. And then there's people who just want to do that together. So the fact that the tech team have managed to get all three boxes checked that front, I think, is really, really nice.
And what was also very, very important to us is that it's all kind of the same experience, because this camera is always the same, right? We don't have split screen. In online co-op, you don't follow your character and the other one is doing whatever. It's always being together as the two characters. And yeah, like Mer said from the beginning, like scared together. That was one of the pillars, and I feel like this camera is kind of essential to pulling that off.
People have played our previous games together anyway, whether they was co-op or not. That made that decision feel quite a natural one. That like, people want this, and let's do it. It's gonna be fun,
Whenever we put something in the game, we are trying to make sure it doesn't get boring. It's something new. One thing we're really trying not to do is to give you the same thing over and over and over and just work based on the recipe.
Because the big hook of
but
Little
instead
Nightmares
we're
3 is that
questioning
it's
ourselves,
co-op.
Is this unique within the game, right? I'm not saying unique across all games, but trying to give the player something
What up,
fresh
Panda?
within the experience that we're crafting, and then hopefully that
Howdy,
leads
howdy.
to something that people actually enjoy. Hope you enjoyed that behind the scenes look at Reanimal. Wish us
Dad,
us,
this is
and
gonna
more
be
info is
really
coming soon.
interesting.
Reanimal is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
They're going
so
head to head
put
with
that thing
Little
on your
Nightmares
wish
3 with
list.
the exact
Now,
same hook.
What have we got next for the good people, Jennifer?
Okay, Nolan. So it's no secret here that at the Future Games Show, we're huge fans of Remedy Entertainment and their eerie, curiously entangled universe of games such as
Here we go.
Control and Alan Wake.
And last year, the studio revealed a spin-off to Control called FBC Firebreak, a session-based co-op shooter where you tackle anomaly-busting jobs in the non-Euclidean confines of the oldest house.
If you've been anticipating this one, so have we. And good news, we're delighted to share the first gameplay trailer for FBC Firebreak, which will give you a taste of what to expect when the game launches later this year. Let's take a look.
Didn't we get gameplay last time?
Very brief.
Yeah, I'm with you, Panda. Not a lot of these games are for me either.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across
Started
this
strong,
sector.
but
If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning. This crisis ain't over. Now get through the containment door to the next zone. Safe room dead ahead. Might contain something useful, but it'll probably attract a lot of... Oh, you already opened it. Never mind. You sure kicked the nest. There's hiss all over you.
Stand back! Piggy's coming out!
Oh, Reaper! You gotta shoot him off me!
bro.
What the?
Last containment door's open. Go, go!
I think I heard something.
All right, crew. Time to clean house.
Yeah, I know it's not going to be for some people. That I like the.
That was FBC Firebreak, which is coming to PC,
design of
PlayStation,
Control.
and Xbox in summer 2025. Now, you can find even more exclusive info on FBC Firebreak by heading to GamesRadar.com after the show.
Man, that looked horrible in my opinion. Like everything about that looked horrible to me.
But thankfully, our buddies
just
at
like a
Bloober
Left 4
Team
Dead
are
one.
sending us off with a
about
developer
what I
diary for
expected.
Chronos: The New Dawn, a survival horror game where you scour
we
the
go.
future for remnants of the past, just like my therapy sessions.
Chronos, it's a sci-fi survival horror, and in a way, a dream come true for us to make. The world of Chronos, it's like alternative history when the world ends in 80s by the apocalyptic event that we called The Changed.
In Chronos, you play as a traveler, and the travelers, because there's more of them, are being sent to the ruins of human civilization to search for the time rifts and jump back in time to extract people who didn't survive the apocalypse.
Travelers are the only ones that can survive encounters with monsters.
We are calling them the orphans because they are what was left from
I thought this was
humanity.
first person.
To be honest, we can't wait to show you more about our game. We can confirm that something about the gameplay is coming soon.
That gives me a
So,
little bit
stay
more
tuned.
confidence because it's Bloober, right? Yeah.
Yep. Right off the back of
Chronos:
Silent
The
Hill.
New Dawn
That's
is
a
coming to
weird
PC,
thing to
PlayStation,
end
and
on,
Xbox
dude.
later this year. But you can see more of it during our official post show, FGS Live from GDC, which airs directly after the spring show.
I mean, is there anybody higher
For more
pedigree than Bloober?
exclusive info on Bloober Team's new game,
Say what?
you just need
That's-
to
You
stay
said it was a
tuned
weird
to
game to end it on, but is there anybody like
Yeah,
hotter than
Jennifer
Bloober
just
right now
said
that
about
was
that
shown?
No,
final trailer.
definitely not. There's no bigger game at the show, but it's like
Same thing. Is still
2
rolling
seconds of
Ah,
gameplay.
yeah, I see.
You know, just like a,
That must have been the tadpole talking.
I don't know.
The what now?
There's not enough time to unpack that. But it does mean we have one more thing.
Oh.
No time to dally, though.
There we go.
Prepare for pain.
There we go.
Yes.
It's another horde shooter.
Oh wow.
That one helps.
Saber. Not like painkiller.
Dude, painkiller.
Bam!
Interesting.
Saber Interactive is
Okay.
bringing Painkiller
Well,
back
shit,
from the
yeah.
dead, and the remake is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
How many
But with
projects
that,
are
we
they
really are
working
out
on?
of time. The show is officially over. Jennifer English, it's been so much fun.
Nolan North, I think we smashed it.
Yes.
That was a lot to get through, but we hope you've all had fun watching this year's Spring Showcase. Thank you so much for joining us, but you should absolutely stick
All
around
right.
as FGS Live from GDC starts immediately after this with more deep dives, trailers, and exclusive world premieres. Don't miss it.
And before we head out, we'd also like to extend an enormous stream of thank yous to the people behind the scenes who made this broadcast possible, including the developers that poured their time and hearts into making the trailers we aired today. Show them some love by wish listing and following their games.
Don't forget you can head to the Future Games Show Steam page to see everything we've covered and follow up on your favorite projects. There'll also be videos and articles with extra details landing on GamesRadar.com and FGS YouTube channel right after the show.
I'm Jennifer English.
And I'm Nolan North.
And this has been the Future Game Show Spring Showcase 2025. Smash it.
So, yeah. Listen, there was some good stuff in there.
Okay, we're not going to
You
be
know what I
blasting
mean?
that music. Jesus fucking Christ. Keep that pause for now. What were you saying, sir?
I was just saying, there's some good stuff in there. It's not like the show was, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It wasn't like a total
wasn't
waste of time or
lackluster.
anything like that. Yeah, like we talked about it earlier. These future game showcases can be a bit hit or miss. That was probably like that last hour stretch. That was pretty rough. But I got on my list here Nitrogen Omega, oh yeah, my bad, Captain Corndog. That's the game you're shouting out. The remake of the greatest RPG of all time. I Hate This Place, Once Upon a Puppet, Kingmaker, System Shock 2, Shelf Heroes, and Industria 1, South of Midnight, Will Follow the Light, Into the Dead, Our Darkest Abyss, Reanimal, and then you had FBC, which some people are gonna be into that probably. Chronos, and then ended on Painkiller. Like not a god awful show. Especially when you're talking about a lot of indies, a lot of cool
That's
indies
what I was going to
were in
say.
there.
We need to look at it through the lens as well. Is that you need to separate? We all need to separate it from like an Xbox and a PlayStation show because they're always forefronting and pushing AAA projects and stuff. This is always going to be that step down from it. And not every indie dev is fortunate enough to have enough funding because you have stuff like Bloober and stuff where they still kind of balance in and out of that indie and AA space, so they can kind of flex a little bit more than others can. But I think that was a pretty good show, personally. There was a few like tiny dips of like, all right, this is kind of a bit of a yawn fest for these games and stuff like that. But I think it did a good job of like camel humping, if that makes sense, like up down up down up down.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's there's definitely some better indie showcases out there that happen each year. But at the end of the day, there's some games that are definitely on my radar that popped up here. Yeah, Panagrog says most seemed a little bit more AA than indie. That is true. A lot of this was kind of in that in-between zone, I would say, to some degree. But there was a good deal of indie as well. A good deal of like your 2D Metroidvanias.
We've also come a decently long way as well, though, where indie developers can push a little bit more and make themselves look a little bit more professional. What people need to keep in mind, like, there's tons of tools out there now that you can get a lot done with a lot less. So,
yeah. Listen, if I'm being totally real, like if I'm just going to be completely honest right now, which I guess this is the whole point of doing anything on the internet is to give your honest opinion on things. Is by the end of this, I was like, damn, Loon and I probably could have just recorded like 2-3 videos in that time period that would have been a better use of our time. Like that's that. If I'm being totally honest, that was the thing I thought about. I was like, maybe not go back to the future showcase the next time that they have one. But with that said, I've watched these before in the past where they were quite a bit better than this. So it's like you never really know exactly the
you always
degree
need
of quality
to keep
that
it
you're
to
going
the
to
ground for the indie titles because there can be like a good amount dropping. I think I'm a little bit warmer on it than you. I think if I was to give it a score, it would be the easiest way of like conveying it. I don't know, like mid-70s. Like it wasn't awful. There's plenty in there to be like, that would be on my radar. There was enough of it where it felt like it covered the entire palette of like, that's not for me. That looks rough. That'll be definitely like a get on a sale, like I was talking about with like the twin stick roguelike thing, where it's like, I could see myself picking that up on like a deep set. And there's at least 6 titles in here that I would happily pick up day one. So that's a win, is it not?
Yeah, actually, let's see. I wrote mine down. Games I would pick up day one. I would pick up probably I Hate This Place, probably Kingmaker, South of Midnight. Would I buy that? Probably not, but I'll play it on Game Pass. Expedition. I'm definitely going to buy that. It's got a good physical Will Follow, The Light. Yeah, I don't know if I'd buy that. Reanimal, I think I'd buy that day one. Chronos, I'd buy that day one. See, I mean, there's 4 or 5 games in here that I'd pick up day one. So, not, and that's what you said earlier. Is like you can't compare it to the Xbox showcase where they own 700 publishers and they fucking got access to all the biggest third-party AAAs that they can get to pop up at their showcase, and can't compare it to the PlayStation show, and like you can't compare it to Nintendo, but compared to other smaller scale showcases, it's fine. Yeah, like a 6 or so, something like that. I'd say somewhere in that range for overall score. Now, it feels kind of weird even trying to score this one because it's playing in a different. I don't really feel bad about scoring PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox because it's like, oh fuck y'all. We paid $500 for these systems sitting under our entertainment center, so you better show us the goods. Show us why we invested $500 in your thing. But with this, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean to a bunch of these Indian AA developers, but
no, but it's not being mean to all of them. It's like I said, because there's, like you said, your reaction to what was it, FBC, is a lot different to mine, and that was the same with what you pointed out. I can't remember what that game was that had that weird art style. That is completely not for me. Like that immediately brain switches off, and it's just like I don't like the look of that. I wouldn't be able to sit down and play that for even 10 minutes, no matter how like creative that is. It's just an art style that I find jarring.
Right.
So, like I said, I think they did a good job of touching enough faces for somebody, especially if you like city builders.
Yeah, if you like crafting, survival, city builders, 2D, Metroidvanias, you got a good deal of that, and you always get a good deal of that stuff in any indie showcase, any showcase where. But I really like that idea of we had the survival horror showcase last year, where it was or whatever the horror game showcase. I forget what they called it. Maybe it was just the indie horror game. I don't know. But I love that idea of very specific
genre
showcases.
Yeah, no,
I
that
like
would be
that a
good
lot.
because then you would be able to just, because if you're not into city builders and stuff, you don't really want to sit there and watch 5 of them in a showcase because that feels like wasted space. So yeah, I guess one last thing I'll throw your way. The most interesting new, so obviously Claire Expedition, we know we're going to enjoy that and stuff. The newest thing that they've showed, like first time.
Yeah.
For me, I'd probably say it's that Mount and Blade thing is the thing I'm most interested in for having a DLC with that Mount and Blade thing, because I just need an excuse to jump back into that game. So what would be something for you?
I think that's another big problem with the show, just to continue shitting on this show that does not deserve to be shitted on as much as I'm shitting on it. Listen, guys, I think at this point, y'all got to know I'm not the most fucking positive Polly in the world. So it's if y'all have stuck around watching my damn fucking, old man yelling at cloud rambles this long, then hey, that's your problem, not mine. But here's the problem. Once again, Chronos, from Bloober, we say it's cool that we got that, whatever, 15 to 25 seconds of gameplay. Like, it's cool that we now know, okay, yeah, they're definitely taking influence from Silent Hill and pushing that forward, and they're going to be working in that space. Mm-hmm. So now, okay, we have a new expectation, a new standard for Bloober. Awesome. I thought FBC looked horrible, and then with Expedition 33, it wasn't like there wasn't anything really in that trailer that was remarkably different from what we've saw before, and same with South of Midnight. You know what I mean? I wasn't really sure what I was looking for in those trailers to begin with, though, so I can't say it's necessarily a problem for South of Midnight and Expedition 33 because we've already seen so much. But specifically for something like Chronos, it's like, oh, dude. I mean, we could have, I could have gone for maybe, I don't know, a minute-long trailer of gameplay. That would have been nice. So, yeah. What did you ask me what my favorite game of the show was, and I just ended up rambling about all the negatives?
The question basically was the premise of like whatever was newly shown that we've not seen before. Because that Mount and Blade thing I've never I don't know if maybe it's been shown elsewhere. I've never seen it. So it'd either be that for me, or the I don't know if that Stalker game-esque thing was shown. That was kind of interesting. That MMO.
Yeah,
that looked like really well done.
I mean, yeah, like you said, with Kingmaker, we've already saw a good deal of that. But I thought that the new, I've never seen the amount of destruction and the physics on offer with that game. I absolutely was not familiar with that. So that would have been my favorite new thing that was shown off in terms of a feature set for a game. But a brand new game, looking at the list here, I'd probably have to go with the remake of the greatest RPG of all time.
Yeah, that's fair. Painkiller as well, though, man. That's such a kind of not giving that enough like credit. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it's one of them titles that came out, and those that played it really, really loved it, and it was pretty ahead of its time for what it was doing, and it's kind of like what the newer Doom likes are trying to mimic now. So it was already doing it fairly back then, but it just flew under the radar as another like first-person shooter-esque game. So throw a bit of love that way as well. It's really good that Saber's on that as well. Like they're fucking killing it. They're just everywhere at once.
Yeah. What I assume that means is like there's certain things that just are whatever happened with the split with Embracer, and whenever they went independent, I assume a lot of those projects got canned at that point. And I know they're saying that they're still working on a lot of them, but it's one or two things. Like KOTOR's never releasing, Jurassic Park Survival's never releasing, or they got like 45,000 employees that we don't know about.
No, I don't see that. I think a lot of things, like you said, I think KOTOR's probably in the dirt. I don't really see that seeing the light of day. And Jurassic, when was the last time we saw that?
Game Awards 2023, I think. Or 2024, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I mean, they have that Avatar game in development. They have Turok in development. They have Space Marine 3 in development. Like,
and it's like, where they're going to divert the most resources to. The one that's just been the massive success. You're not going to really take away, funding and manpower from it. It's like, ride that wave.
Of course, yeah. And it's like, I'm sure the Space Marine license isn't fucking crazy. Or the Warhammer license, I'm sure it isn't crazy compared to like going and getting the Disney, what was it that I forgot what it was that PlayStation had to pay for Spider. It was just crazy numbers that they had to hit like, I think it was I think it was like 10 million copies before they would ever even turn a profit off Spider-Man 2. I could be wrong on those specific figures, but it's like, yeah, I would understand not being incentivized to go and work on KOTOR, the remake, under that fucking so it's obviously the Warhammer license isn't going to cost as much as the fucking Star Wars license, but then it's Jurassic Park and Avatar. I wonder what those are costing. You know what I mean? And because you would think that an Avatar game, like The Last Airbender, we've never really had a great one. At least as far as I'm aware. I'm not like an Avatar fan, but imagine if they just crushed that. Have like a Hogwarts moment potentially.
Yeah, that'd be incredible.
And then, I mean, Jurassic Park, once again, never really a great Jurassic Park game. So if they crush that, like what could but then it's, like I said, who knows what kind of fucking contractual weird shit they're signed into where, they have to sell this amount of copies just to even break even on it. Like, I don't know if that would necessarily be tantalizing to me either. So, yeah, guys, that was a spring showcase. Hey, we got to look at some video games. I'm never going to complain about getting to look at some video games. It's even sometimes I played a game called Phantom that I guess we'll talk about at the end of the month. It's not like I really have anything to say about it, but I'm just playing a little 2D beat 'em up fucking thing. It's just
I did see that.
2 hours.
I saw the little clip get uploaded.
I uploaded a clip?
Yeah, to the clip channel thing.
Oh, to the clip channel, right. Yeah, that we used for the ranking. Yeah. And you saw like the character not being able to. Oh, I don't know. You probably I
watched a little bit of it. I was like, what the hell is this?
It was rough, man. It was really rough. But I ended up going through it and finishing. It was the thing where I'm sitting there the whole time, like, it's probably like a 4 to 6 out of 10 range style game. But I'm just like, I don't know. It's my hands are doing something. So that's kind of how I feel after the show. It's like, yeah, my eyes did something. That my eyes watched something. My brain processed something. It was video games. I like video games. Fuck it.
Oh, I can't wait that this finally arrived though. I'm more positive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I saw you were playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and we can cut this here. So we could talk about this shit off the stream. But I saw you were playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, well, we can keep talking about it on it, and people probably want to hear rambles from time to time about stuff. Yeah, did end up picking it up. I had to. You can see T, right? That's the American classification. American classification.
Mm-hmm.
American classification.
Oh,
because you can't buy these games in the UK. They don't fucking stock them. They do one wave.
So they're not printing them anymore?
They print them because you could buy them. You could buy Pirate Yakuza, you could buy Monster Hunter Wilds before its release. But once it releases, they print so few copies. Once they're gone, and then it's very rare that they get a reprint. And when they do get a reprint, it'll be like Stalker 2's reprint, where it's 5 months down the line, 4 months down the line. So they're being very, 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 very slow with these prints.
What was that red and black case?
Oh, that's Isaac.
Oh, okay.
I think. If that's... I went over it too quick.
Yeah. Nice. That artwork is incredible.
So good. And also, like, shout out to Isaac. I didn't even know how to physical print.
Yeah, that's... I didn't know that either.
Shout out to Trey. He sent a link in the Discord on... I don't remember what the site... A Canadian site or something. Canadian Games something? If you're familiar with it. I'll have to quickly look it up. I don't want to butcher it.
It's all good. While you look it up, dude, I gotta my Assassin's Creed Shadows is downloading right now. So you and I assume by the time
you see how big it is.
102 gigabytes
What
on disc. Or wait, it can't be on disc. The disc they're 150 gigabytes the disc, right, for PlayStation?
No, 100.
100.
But the thing is have they only given you one disc?
Yeah.
Xbox coming in with that W. 2 discs, baby.
Nice.
Even though it doesn't matter because that big old sticker on the front.
Internet required. That's such a fucking bummer. Dude, I was actually thinking about that, and this is something we're way in the weeds already, but I was thinking about that where I saw that 100 gigabyte download, and I thought it was all on the disc, and I think it still is on. Anywho, I saw that 100 gigabyte download, and I was like, we actually could be, if Ubisoft fucking course corrected, which I don't even know what they would have to do at this point to course correct, but if they could get that stink off their name, there is something really cool about putting a disc into your system and seeing that 100 gigabyte downloading, because you're like, oh yeah, we're in store for an epic. It feels nice to know that you're about to be in store for a big behemoth.
Yep. Video Game Plus Canada is what it's called.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he showed me that, and I was looking at it, and I was like, what? There are so many prints of, like... Because the thing that I learned a few years back is that, like, when Final Fantasy X got the HD remaster thing, that got a print in the US, it never got a print in the UK. So I was like, oh, I wonder, like, I could never find, like, the information really, like, reliably to see what got printed and what didn't, and they're just all on that Canadian site. Because it's obviously, it borders America, so they get the same, basically, set of stock and stuff. And I was scrolling through it, and it's like, oh, damn, Isaac got a physical print for Xbox? Like, I've seen it everywhere for Switch, and very rarely for PlayStation, but never for Xbox. So I'm just glad to get that.
Yeah, it's nice whenever you just kind of stumble upon something like that. That have you seen that Sorry We're Closed survival horror? Silent Hill, Resident Evil classic PS1 inspired game, like real colorful.
I have to look it up quick.
Yeah, but I saw that on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, well, you know, surely this didn't get a physical release because most indie games don't. And I totally understand that. But then I looked it up, and it did have a physical release, but it was like directly from their website. I was like, well, shit, yeah, I'll pay y'all. It was like $20 more than the digital. But I was like, fuck yeah, I'm happy to pay y'all.
See, that's what they need to do, and that's what, like, the sooner they realize that, is that I know that it's an indie game and it's not going to sell like gangbusters, but the people who are going to buy it would willingly buy it for double the price of the digital, knowing that they're going to get it for physical. So you'd easily get the equivalent of 2 sales in one. So like, why not? Like, it just, yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing is, you know, if you give us a way to play the games the way we want to play the games, we'll take the more expensive option. You know, if that means that we could have access to the media the way we want to have access to it.
Unless you're Ubisoft. Because no, what I mean is on the Xbox store, you buy in the digital for 70. This was 55 off of Amazon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the thing about how quickly they go on sale.
No, like, it's baffling. Like, why? They're the only developer I've seen do it, because they did it with Outlaws as well. I got Outlaws for like 20 cheaper than getting it digital. It just doesn't make sense.
It is really weird. Usually it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the thing. That is the thing with big AAA companies is, you know, if you can shop around physically for those games that got super large print runs, you can typically find them a bit cheaper physically than digitally. But yeah, man. So we got some, let's see. Panda Grog talking about a lot of survival horror and Doom likes in the showcase, and Captain Corndog saying great stream as always, guys. We appreciate all of you tuning in so very much to check out the future of games with us, and we'll be checking out the real future of games, the real company that pushes technology forward, which we'll be doing that. What is that? April 2nd or April 18th or some shit, Nintendo's thing.
Yeah, sometime next month.
Yeah, so we'll see the real future of games in all of its 720p glory next month when we react to the Nintendo Direct upcoming, which I'm actually pretty excited for. I think we'll see some cool stuff there that we're not expecting.
I think we can flip-flop then. Because I think I was a lot hotter on this showcase than you, and it'll be you're a lot hotter on that showcase than I.
Yeah, I hope I don't come across as too negative on this shit. It's
no.
You know, I do get I get it. I get people wanna watch reaction streams where people are doing, because it's the thing that we've kind of been conditioned to at this point, where all the reactions that you see on the internet are people going, oh, and it's like, I don't know, if
I would hope they would know that by now, that that's not either of us.
Yeah, that is just not our but hopefully the thing is when we do that, if we ever do
I will
that
show the
on a
impact.
stream, yeah, it's like we actually mean we're not trying to clip it out and get it shared by the fucking developer social media team so that we can gain
Get us a
20
key.
followers in the code. Yeah. Actually, I did. I was thinking about that the other night. Here we fucking go again. I saw that South of Midnight, they were like, you know, go to keymailer.com for codes of the game. And I was like, for the longest time, I never really wanted to do review codes or anything, because I just like buying the games, and, you know, I want to support the developers. I want to own the physical media. I want to put my money where my mouth is and see if, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to distance myself from any publisher developer relationship as much as possible. And then I was thinking about it with South of Midnight. I was like, well, when I'm going through the boxes that I'm trying to check here, you don't even have a physical version that I can buy, so I can't support you, you know, the way I want to. You're not giving me that option. And then so I was thinking, I was like, should I just fucking get a code for this thing? I would assume our channel can probably, not to be rude, but like I've seen much smaller channels than ours that get much fewer views than we do get review access to games. It's like, should I try to see if we can get review codes for games? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think, like you said, especially in the case of Southward Minute, because I fall in the same boat as you. Like, I very like, especially the past few years, it's that thing of like I want the physical there because it gives you the option as the player as well. Like, I know I've said this before, and it's not something that an avenue that I would actually pursue myself, but it gives you the option to, if you genuinely despise the game, you can at least recoup something back. It's not just tied into a digital library sitting there just being like, okay, well, you're never touching that again, and you've lost that 60. Good job, dumbass. Like, I think that's... And like you said, with South Midnight not giving you that option, same with, like, it would have been Avowed, not giving you that option.
Right.
It's like, well, why should I then treat you with that level of respect when you're not even meeting me, you're not even like extending out that hand, you're spitting in my eye.
Yeah, and it's the whole idea too where, you know, I think a lot of people get confused why I buy games day one as much as I do. And I guess I could understand. I don't know if I've ever really conveyed, I think I've talked about it on the channel, but I don't know if I've ever conveyed it properly enough. Where it's like, of course, for one, I want to support the developers that I like, and I want to see it. When I buy game day one, my number one objective is going, okay, well, I want to see more games like that.
Yeah, you want to
So
give
I'm
the
gonna give you
most
money.
amount of money because it's the thing that people don't take into consideration. It's not like, I don't want this to sound like high roading. When you buy something on sale, you got to remember that they're getting the platform cuts that already small portion. If it's 20, you know, from 60 to 20, and then they're getting cut off of that 20, like it's less and less and less.
30%. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, when you like, for me with Shadows and stuff, it's like, look, if you don't like it, that's fine, but like I want more Assassin's Creed. I don't care what anybody else, you know, thinks. It's a series that I enjoy, so I'll happily buy
Right.
it.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's like, you know, anywho, but as much as that, it's also a thing for me where I buy games day one, hopefully so that a lot of other people don't have to. It's kind of been my mentality while doing the channel.
Carrying the
Huh?
industry. Carrying the industry single-handedly, you are.
No. I'm not. I'm talking about for the YouTube side of it, not for like the. No, my thing is, I buy games day one so I can cover them on here.
All right. Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, when we do our monthly ranking or when we were doing the podcast back in the day or whatever, we'll cover the games fairly early after they release. And if someone aligns with how we, you know, if someone's like, I really like a lot of the games Loom likes and typically align with his perspective. I really like a lot of the games Brandon likes and I typically align with his perspective. My hope is that my $70, $60, $50 that I spend on a game that ends up being bad, hopefully doesn't have to be your $60, $70 that you spend on a game that ends up being bad. And then, of course, like my main hope over anything is that we just play fucking awesome games.
Yeah.
And that I can come on here and tell you, hey, this game's really awesome.
Even if it's just a few people that pick it, like with the Cabernet thing. I know it like kind of soured at the end for you with the bugs and stuff, but it's a game that has potential, and I think it's had a few patches since.
I ended up
launch.
being able to finish it, thankfully.
Yeah. So then that's what I mean. If you liked what you saw of it, absolutely give it a shot. Looks cool as shit.
Yeah, totally, man. Thankfully, it is finishable at this point, but it's still buggy as fuck. I restarted an entire game. Like, I love that fucking video game, but I hate that video game. And it also, it made me realize something that you are very wise about that whole idea, because I was so against the idea of buying physical Xbox games because I was like, well, there's nothing on the damn disc because of the DRM shit, you know, for a lot of the earlier ones. But you were so wise in that idea of like, yeah, that sucks, but I can still get my fucking money back for these physical games that I buy from Xbox. And I was sitting there with that copy of Cabernet, and there was nothing I could do on that digital storefront. I've already played too much of it to get a refund, and I wouldn't have wanted a refund. I would have never asked for a refund. I played 15 hours that I really loved. I would have never wanted to get any money back from that team. But there are other instances like WrestleQuest where it bugged out on me after 3 hours, 4 hours. And I'm like, I'd really like my fucking money back.
Yeah, because it's that kind of thing of like, To be fair as well, I guess I'll play the devil's advocate here. We probably should utilize demos more than we do. A lot of, like, I'm talking about not just you and me, but like gamers in general. I think a lot of people forget that demos do still exist. There are still quite a few of them out there. A lot of games as well.
Really?
Yeah. On the Xbox.
On Xbox and PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh,
They just
wow.
bury them at the bottom of the store a lot of the time.
I've never
And then on
seen them
top
for
of that,
smaller games, really.
on top of that, you have I can't remember. I don't think every game lets you do it, but there's like trials as well for certain games.
PlayStation was supposed to roll that out for every game, and that was just like not the case at all.
It just shows that hardly anybody used them, so it's like there's no point on their end. But yeah,
which, you know, I get it to some degree, but yeah, man, I appreciate you for joining me here today for this whole future of the video game showcase, and yeah, guess that's about
what's
it,
up
then.
next? Like
for us?
Yeah.
Let's see,
For
what is
everyone
today,
to
the
look forward to.
20th? And I think that would be the 20. So we'll do our ranking obviously at the end of the month. So we'll probably have time for one more video before the end of the month where we do our ranking. I'll probably upload that part 2 of the Q&A where we talk about like the most under and overrated games, and there's some good stuff, some good discussion in that. We talk about the whole idea of like games even being overrated. I actually thought that was a pretty fun discussion that we dove into. I don't think we don't have anything else even pending, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That's rare. Usually we have like 10 fucking videos that are pending.
We're slacking. It's because of Split Fiction.
It is because of Split Fiction, dude. It's I know it's totally wrong to think about things this way because you have to do things that you're enjoying, but there is a part of me, just being 100% real, like I said earlier, we do this, it's all opportunity. Everything's opportunity cost. If we do this, that means we can't do something else. If we play Split Fiction, that means we can't record other things. Like it's and I do end up getting into that thing where I'm like, we kind of wasted a little bit of time here, but we're having fun, having a good time. And I wanted to watch this damn Future Game Showcase just on the weird off chance that something really big popped off, and there was some okay shit. So can't complain. And we'll definitely be doing a lot more of these video game showcase live streams, especially into the summer season with the Xbox showcase and
all the other greatness that comes around that summertime.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest will definitely be doing that. Hope to God that we're doing a PlayStation showcase. I pray to like, I don't even know who I got to pray to over there at this point to get a damn PlayStation showcase. It is unbelievable that we can't get a damn showcase from that team. But, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Loon, anything you want to plug before we hop on out of here?
Well, just, you know, I have obviously my channel that we do stuff over there from time to time, and I do a bunch of solo stuff, so if you want to, you know, check that out, feel free to. It'll probably be linked, I'd assume, or you can always just, I'm always in the comments on you just click on my name, it'll take you there. And then, yeah, if you want to join the Discord as well, feel free to ask on my channel. Otherwise, we have to constantly batter forth.
Totally.
Fucking Discord links, because you have to pay exorbitant fees to have a permanent link, and it's very stupid. So.
That's so dumb. But yeah, man, definitely check out Loon's channel. He has been uploading much more frequently over there, and like you said, I think that should always be in the description for everything we upload on the fucking computer, but not everything is uploaded on the phone. YouTube's weird. I don't know why I can't go in there and have specific upload. Anywho, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We shall see you very soon. I'm gonna go eat a loaded baked potato.
See you later.